Welcome to the history of computer graphics and the evolution of 3D graphics in gaming. The journey of creating 3D graphics began in the early 1960s during the beginning of the computer science revolution. Back then, the 3D process was called wireframe modeling. Wireframe was the first step towards creating a 3D environment in which objects could be moved and viewed from any angle. This process used mathematical formulas to create linear models that displayed the shapes of objects on a computer screen. These models looked like a collection of thin lines connected together to form a 3D shape. The computer evolved from a 16-bit processing unit to a 32-bit processing unit, which allowed more speed and efficiency in creating graphics. However, the challenge was scaling a 2D environment into a 3D space. In the late 1980s, computers could not generate enough power to create a fully 3D environment, and gaming developers were still experimenting on limited 3D objects. As the technological era entered the 1990s, 3D objects became more prevalent in gaming, and more advanced gaming platforms were released. Gamers began shifting from 2D games to 3D games since the processor power could handle running the new graphics. The late 1990s saw the growth of 3D graphics at a rapid pace. Developers had improved 3D algorithms that gave non-programmers the ability to create 3D models. These developments led to the rapid growth of the 3D gaming industry. Gamers could now play games that looked close to being a realistic simulation of objects in the real world. Developers invested money in 3D graphics, and the production cost for a sim-3D game would reduce with time. The early 2000s saw a change in the visual aspect of gaming graphics. The long era of 3D gaming pixels finally wore off as older gamers adopted game art to revive 8-bit games from their childhoods. Game art became a new trend that game developers focused on because players loved the nostalgia. Every new day, game art is evolving, bringing forth beautiful creations and producing works of art such as paintings and videos. Modern 3D graphics have surpassed the dreams of the early developers in the 90s. They consist of realistic-looking objects that resemble real-life counterparts, with realistic expressions and movements, heightening user experience levels. Artificial intelligence and machine learning have made the game more interactive, and the graphics more intricate. Developers have created realistic or semi-realistic physics, enhancing games like FIFA, NBA 2K, and others. The world of 3D graphics is still growing every day, and developers work round the clock to incorporate new technology into the world of gaming. Virtual reality promises to be the future of gaming, providing a lifelike immersive experience in a 3D environment. In conclusion, the road to 3D graphics creation has been long, but the end result has been satisfying. Future possibilities are limitless. Only time will tell what the gaming industry holds for us.